Hello everyone, this is Sakshi Bhardwaj. Today we are going to discuss about some basic concepts of development. When we talk about development, it is the number of stages that take place since we are an embryo to we are an adult form. When we talk about the definition, it means the progressive changes in size, shape and function during the life of an organism. It basically is our genetic potential, which are our genotypes, are getting translated into the phenotype. That is the how we look or how we function. So this is basically known as development. After it, we are going to discuss about the stages of development. So there are a number of stages or cascade of stages that takes place. The first stage that we have is gametogenesis. The gametogenesis is the formation of male and female gametes. But when we talk about a more clear definition, we say that gametogenesis is the process of division of haploid or diploid cells to produce a new haploid cell. That basically involves sperm and ovum, which are the gametes. So basically, it involves two processes. One of them is spermatogenesis, another is oogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the formation of male gametes, whereas oogenesis is the formation of female gametes. Male gametes are sperm, female gametes are ovum. Here is a flow chart that shows how spermatogenesis and oogenesis take place. When we talk about spermatogenesis, involves a cascade which involves spermatogonium, then a primary spermatocyte which get divided into secondary spermatocyte, and that forms the spermatids. After the spermatids are formed, they get differentiated in sperm, and this differentiation from spermatid to sperm is known as spermiogenesis. The whole process is spermatogenesis. In case of an oogenesis, the oogonium divided from oocyte, primary oocyte. This primary oocyte get divided into two unequal cells. One of them is known as secondary oocyte, another is known as a polar body. Polar body is smaller. Then after that, polar body differentiate into two another polar body, whereas the secondary oocyte get developed into an ooted and second polar body. This ooted then forms the ovum. So this is how the spermatogenesis and oogenesis take place. They combinedly are known as the gametogenesis. After these gametes are formed, there is a process known as fertilization. What is fertilization? It is a fusion of male and female gametes nuclei. We don't say they are the fusion of male and female gamete, because whole gamete do not fuse, only the nuclei get fused. When we talk about the process of this, the sperm first makes a contact with the egg, then this contact, after this the acrosome reacts to the first layer of the ovum, that is the zona pellucida. After this zona pellucida is broken, the acrosome react with perivitelline space, then plasma membrane of sperm and egg fuses. Only the plasma membrane are fused. After this, the sperm nucleus enters the egg and the fertilization process takes place. After the fertilization is taken place, the resultant is known as the zygote. After the zygote is formed, that get further differentiated into the another processes, that is known as cleavage. What is cleavage? The cleavage is also known as segmentation. Segmentation or cellularization. It is basically the subdivision of zygote. The zygote divided into 4 cell, 8 cell and 16 cell stages. This subdivision results into the increase in number of cell but decrease in the size. The size is progressively decreased, and the cell are not differentiated, are not separated. They are part of a single cell, but they are cleavaged only, not divided. That is the difference between cleavage and division. After that, the gastrulation takes place. It takes place in the 3rd week of human development. It basically involves the embryo has a 1D layer of epithelial tissues. At that stage, known as blastula, it gets reorganized and form a multi-layered and multi-dimensional structure. It's basically 3-layered, which is known as gastrula. And these 3 layers form the ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm in the late development. These layers are responsible for the organogenesis. That means these 3 layers give rise to number of organs. That is, organogenesis is the formation of organs only from these 3 germ layer. However, these are affected by a number of factors such as cell-cell interaction, cell fate determination, tissue shape, tissue size, cell proliferation, and also the survival. And these cells are arranged into tissues, and ultimately they form the functional organ. Only a stem cell can form a number of organs. There are a number of organs that are formed. Then we form the organ system, whole organ system. Then after the organ system, organism is formed. The organogenesis is a kind of middle stage of the formation of a whole new adult organism. So after the organogenesis, we talk about the growth. Organs are formed. Now these organs are to be grown for a sufficient for an adult organism. So growth, by definition, what we mean, it is the increase in mass. But how will mass increase? It happens by the cell division and the cell growth. the cell divides and the cell grow. How this is how the mass increases. So as the embryo develop, it increases in size, and along with the 8th week of development, it is about 30 millimeters or 1 inch in size. And during this stage, the movement also begins in it. After it comes the differentiation. Now, what is differentiation? During the 3rd week of development, there is a cellular differentiation. That means those undifferentiated cells which are unspecialized, do not have any particular function, they become specialized. Now the cell are given or assigned their function, what they have to do. This happens by the 3 processes, that is morphological differentiation, behavioral differentiation, and chemical differentiation. What is morphological differentiation? Morphological differentiation means how the organ is looking. Behavioral differentiation, how the organ is functioning, what is the function, how it is performing its function. Then is the chemical differentiation. It means the changes in the biomolecules, which biomolecules are forming, which biomolecules or which kind of reaction is taking place in that particular organ. So these 3 kind of differentiation entirely involved in the process of differentiation and differentiates, that means it makes the embryo distinguished. After this, morphogenesis takes place. What is morphogenesis? It is basically the shaping of organism. Now, how will the shape be determined? It will be determined by the cell, tissue, and organs arrangement, how these are arranged. So this determines how organism is going to be look. You have seen that there are a number of younger stages of organism which look similar, but after they are developed, they look entirely different. That is because of the morphogenesis. Even if we see ourselves when we were an embryo or zygote to this organism, there is a number of changes, cascade of changes that take place. That is known as morphogenesis. It involves changes in symmetry, shape, etc. Then is the metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is basically changes in the body plan. For example, when we were a zygote, we were only a mass of cell, right? In case we were at the 16 stages or 13 stages of the embryo, we were only a globular mass of cell. Now we have a symmetry, we have a shape. That is known as morphogenesis. So this was all about stages of development and basic concepts. Thank you so much.